Good afternoon, world. It's Ivan Mayor. You guys are my show I made earlier today. Making another 40-minute video. I went to the store, I got my 6 beers, right? I'll drink like 2 beers for this video. Then after that, I'm gonna go to McDonald's, get some food. And I'll make maybe one more video. Then after that, I'm gonna continue the walkthrough. I'll watch maybe Perry Stone. I'll continue the Plague Tale Requiem walkthrough, obviously, in the afternoon, right? Yeah. These guys are good. Got paid to Ivan? Yeah, I did. I looked at my bank account. I saw my $600 deposit into my bank. I put $350 in my savings. I'm not touching it, obviously. I have about 500 saved, but I'm not going to touch that. Had I been disciplined, I would have saved like probably $1,400, $1,500 by now, but I was stupid. I kept blowing my savings. But this time I'm going to be disciplined, Ivan. I'm not going to touch it. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting old. Yeah, I know. I'm 34 years old. In 6 years, I'll be fucking 40, guys. 40 years old, man. And Vija will be fucking old. She'll be like 39, man. That's your worry. Yeah, because like Victoria Justice will be in her 40s when I meet her, so she's past her prime. So if I'm hitting when I'm 40, Victoria Justice will be in her 40s, obviously. But it's a setup whereby like when we hook up, something happens with our cells and we look younger, obviously. It's a setup. You can't. God, I know you guys want me to get an older VJ, but it's a setup, guys. Once something happens with our cells, we look younger. We're older, but we look like we're like in our 30s, obviously. Yeah. That's what I'm on. Guys, too much time, man. I see VJ once she's in her fucking 40s. You think I'm gonna make wheels and everything, but I'm in no way. Peace and out. Let go. What I ain't hoping you want, guys. I'm not coming back on the channel when I'm king. I'm being serious, man. I'm not gonna have you guys win the game and do it like that. There you go. Sarah. This is Ivan who's poor, guys, who's not king. When I'm rich and I'm king with VJ, I'm gonna forget about this channel. Yeah. But it is crazy that in 6 years, guys, I'll be 40 years old. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I remember when I was in high school, I'm like, yeah, when I'm 23, when I'm 25, I wasn't even thinking of me when I'm 30, and now I'm like 34. I'm in my mid 30s now. I'm 34 years old. Oh, and that's crazy. Yeah, all the guys who I went to Darcy with are 34 too. They're all in their mid 30s, like me, obviously. They're all like they're no longer in their 20s. They're now in their mid 30s. I remember when I was in my 20s. The 20s were a good time. 20s is like your prime years, right? For guys, right? No, for guys, prime years is like 20s, 30s, even 40s. Even 40s guys are in the prime. Whereas women, their prime is like their 20s and like early 30s. And then once they hit like their 40s, they're kind of done, right? Don't hate them saying, yeah. Obviously, that's why a lot of women, when they hit their 30s, they get desperate with marriage because they know their time is coming up. They don't hate them saying, yeah. They get desperate when they're in their 30s, women, obviously, right? Because women age worse than men, obviously. I don't mean to be rude, but that's just the truth. Women age a lot more worse than men, obviously, right? Because you can be a guy in your 40s and your 50s and you're still picking up a bunch of chicks. Most women in their 40s, 50s can pick up guys too, but like not the way they used to when they were in their 20s. You guys see what I'm saying? Whereas men in their 40s and 50s, they can still pick up chicks and everything. Because men still look good in their 40s and 50s, right? Whereas women, they age like a peach. They age like milk, right? They go bad faster than guys, obviously. Don't hate me, woman. I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Even though I'm pissed off, I'll be like, I don't know, 40 when I pay the. Yeah, 40 years old, I'll still be handsome. I'll probably have my beard and everything. I'll be fucking handsome at 42. You're gonna see the white hair growing on my hair, right? I'm gonna have white hair when I'm in my 40s. Yeah. By 40 years old, I should have a small beard. In 6 years from now, 2032, I'll have a small beard, obviously. Don't hate you, Jim, saying, yeah. Yeah, but your scars are gonna boil the water. Oh yeah, well, my scars are gonna boil the water, man. Looking at an amazing company, I'm man. Better than Hollywood. Yeah, better than Hollywood, right? Yeah. 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 Well, the Hollywood companies always say they can't compete with skyscrapers. Yeah, they will. They're gonna tell the agents or managers in Hollywood, yeah, sorry guys, we can't compete with Skyscraper Entertainment, Ivan and VG are the bank. They can easily pay you guys more money. For the front end, they can compete with my company a little bit, Hollywood, but the back end, there's no competition. As the back end for my studio, for my movies, is in the billions, man. Money that Hollywood doesn't make, right? Hollywood movies that are hits make like 80 million, 150 million, 200 million in profit, in gross profit. But after the net profit, a lot of that gets drained because you have all the fees that you have to pay, right? All these extra costs you have to pay, like overhead. A lot of executives want their bonuses. Like a lot of it gets drained. That's why Hollywood actors in Hollywood get gross deals, profits before the fees. That way they can get paid. Whereas net profits are not going to see much money off that. Yeah. All the movies do like the big hit movies do like 80 million, maybe 100 million in profit. So they can't afford to pay like four actors $80 million. No, they'll drain all their money. They can give them maybe 20 million, 50 million, but not like 80 million, right? That's gonna drain all the profits. And if it's a huge hit like 2 billion, 1.5 billion, then they make a couple hundred million, maybe 300 million, 350 million in profit. But even with 350 million profit, they can't pay for A-list actors $80 million of the royalties. They're gonna drain all their money. they can give them maybe 40, 30 million of it, right? The holograms just don't have the pockets that maybe have, obviously. And they can't compete with Sky Source. That's why the agents and managers want a bigger piece of the pie, because they know the back end money is in the billions, obviously, for the movie, for the merch, for the game. That's why they want like, all right, what about like 13 million for Keanu Reeves and 50 million for the game and like 40 million for the merch? I'm like, no, guys, I'm not gonna have a Keanu Reeves like that. I'm not gonna sign him to a 300 deal. He's not worth that. This is enough. I'm not gonna have him do me, man. Yeah. If you give these A's actors, Ivan, like 50 million of the game, 30 million for the game, and like 20 million for the merge, they're ripping you off. You're overpaying them, and they're ripping you off, man. They're not the main event, Ivan. You and VJ are. They're part of the main event. They made our movie better, or they build more buzz, but they're not the main event. Ultimately speaking, they're not the main event. I'm not gonna have you guys do me. This is enough. I'm not gonna overpay these guys. Have them do me, man. I'm already paying them enough money, even if they're making all of it. I'm not gonna overpay them and have them do me. Here they go. Some Sarah. I just been take a shower and I'll enjoy showing you guys with my beer. Drink like 2 beers during the video. And after I'm gonna go to McDonald's. Get some McDonald's. Obviously. What we get, Ivan? I'll get like, I don't know, 4 McDoubles with like 3 pies and that's it. And I'll get like drinks at the store. I could get a drink at McDonald's, but I don't want to carry my drink in the fucking cold, so I'll just get like 2 bottles of Mountain Dew at the gas station store, right? Instead of getting the fountain drink. At McDonald's, you can't do refills anymore. If you want to do refills, you have to pay for your refills now at McDonald's, right? Because McDonald's are they're getting greedy, man. Because people took advantage of the drinks. That's why now there's no more refills at McDonald's. Free refills, right? You have to pay for your refills now. Yeah. Because McDonald's, they're greedy, obviously. Greedy fucking people, yeah. Make all those billions, and now we have to pay for refills too, because they want to make more cash. Obviously, they're greedy pigs. Those guys, right? The McDonald's owners, right? The CEOs are greedy. Yeah, McDonald's is a huge business, biggest fast food chain business in the world. Right? It makes billions, tens of billions of dollars a year, right? So Ivan, once the Hollywood actors, managers, and agents start pushing for, well, Ivan, trust me, once they ask for like 50 million of the game profits for Keanu Reeves and maybe like 30 million of the merch profits, that's when I'm sensing their greed and they're starting to piss me off. And they smell on why they're getting greedy. They want a bigger chunk of that pie. Yeah, you guys are getting greedy. I already paid Keanu Reeves enough money. $220 million is enough for him. I'm not going to pay him a $300 million deal, guys. He's not worth that for my movie. I'm not going to have him do me. It's nothing. I know it's nothing, but Keanu Reeves is not worth this. I'm not going to overpay him and have him do me, man. He's not the main event. This is how much he's worth. $200 million is around the range he's worth, Keanu Reeves, for my movie. I'm not paying him more money. You guys are getting greedy. It's a deal, Ivan. You're very generous. This is more than what he makes in Hollywood. Yeah, except for the Matrix. The Matrix, Keanu Reeves made, I heard, $200 to $250 million in American money. So Keanu Reeves made more money for the Matrix, but after that, he never made that kind of money in Hollywood, right? So I'm still paying him a lot of money than what he made in Hollywood for most of his career, except for the Matrix. Yeah, $220 million deal for Keanu Reeves is like a $160 million deal in his American money. $160 million in cash is a lot of money for Keanu Reeves. He's walking with like $80 million in his bank after taxes. After his manager's cut, obviously 10% cut, or however much his manager takes, right? That's a lot of money for Keanu Reeves. I'm not paying him anymore. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's not the money you're making. Yeah, stop thinking about the amount of money me and Weege are making and just know that I gave you a good deal. If you think about the amount of money me and Weege are making, you're gonna feel like shit. Stop thinking about that and just know that I gave you a good deal, guys. He doesn't make this in all the Keanu Reeves. And Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and all those guys who Michael B. Jordan, I'm not gonna overpay them to have them do me. Brie Larson, Paul Bettany, this is enough. I'm not gonna overpay you guys to have them do me. Here we go. Sarah. You guys don't make this in Hollywood. It's a deal, Ivan. Sign us up. You're very generous. Yeah. And it comes with perks, and you sign that mega deal for the Grayscape. I take you out to dinner. Obviously, and after that, you part up my yacht, man. You get to be face movie songs with VJ, obviously. Sarah. I'm gonna tell the agents to tell. I'm gonna tell the man, the secretaries to tell the agents, make sure Keanu Reeves and all don't eat too much the day they fly in to sign their contracts, as I will be taking you on to a nice dinner after you sign your contract, your mega contracts for the Great Escape. Same for Zaynus too. Make sure the Zaynus don't eat too much, as after Ivan and Peter and BJ or Mel sign the actors, Ivan will be taking out to dinner at Boston Pizza and they get to party up at his house. That way they can enjoy their food, right? So I want these actors to really enjoy their food. There's nothing worse than eating so much. You're fucking full, and I even take you out to dinner. And you can barely even eat your food, and they wasted my fucking money, right? I don't want them wasting my money, right? That's a takeout will be costing me like $1,000 a day for each takeout, like $1,100 for the takeout, man. I don't want these guys wasting my money. I want them to enjoy their food. There's a little bit left leftovers, that's fine, but as long as they eat most of the food, they didn't waste my fucking money, right? Yeah. So don't have them eat too much. That way, when I take them out to dinner, the actors are actually hungry and they enjoy their food, their amazing food at Boston Pizza, Montana's. The actors enjoy their food, obviously. And all the actors will tell, the Zayn guys will tell all the people in Hollywood when they go to the events, yeah, Ivan took me out to nice dinner after I signed my contract. He did. Yeah, I saw the trending pictures. Yeah, he took us out to nice dinner, man. Him and VJ and Peter took us out to nice dinner after we signed our contracts for the movie, which is nice, man. After the actors sign the mega deals, you take them out to nice dinner, man, which is nice, obviously. Have a beer, have a good time with them, and you eat your amazing food. And after that, you have the crazy, the amazing party at my house, my $1 billion house for Zaynus, for the greatest game I'm partying up on my yacht. If I sign him in the fall, right, which I most likely will, I'll do the party at my yacht for the Great Escape actors, right? Which is a bit cooler than the $1 billion house. Even though the $1 billion house is top notch, partying up at a yacht's a more fun experience than partying it up in a house, obviously, right? The person drives in the Pacific Ocean, like 30 minutes into the ocean, the deep area. You know what I'm saying? And they blast music and everyone's getting drunk on the yacht. That's a fucking nice perk, man. I'm going to have a beautiful yacht. I showed you guys the picture. I'm going to get a yacht like that, man. The Great Escape actors got the party up there, man. Yeah, fucking nice yacht. Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get some coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Don't hate him, let's get everyone that a lot. Alrighty, guys. Go upstairs to get my coffee. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice perk. Yeah. It's nice after you sign the actors, the Hollywood actors, you take them out to dinner, obviously, which is nice, obviously. They'll appreciate it, right? Yeah, that's why they're all going to say, yeah, man, Ivan took me out to nice dinner after I signed my contract. Right? Ivan and VJ took us out to nice dinner at a nice restaurant up in Canada after we signed our contracts with the Zenith stars and the Grayscape Hollywood actors, right? Yeah. Will you be choosing different restaurants per movie? Yeah, I will. Like Zenith, we'll go to Boston Pizza, the Grayscape Montana's, and then they're unique. I'll choose another restaurant. The Hidden Vapor movie with Will Smith or Dwayne Johnson, I choose another restaurant. Got some center. Yeah, obviously. Will you and VJ pay with your own personal money? No, but the takeouts will pay through the budget because it's a part of the business, obviously. Me and VJ could pay with our own personal money, but like with that kind of budget, the takeout that doesn't affect my budget. It only cost me like 150, 200K for the takeouts. So like that's pocket change on the budget. People tell me, oh, Ivan, you can pay with your business account for the takeout. That's a part of the business. Yeah, it's a part of the business, Peter. You don't have to pay with our personal money. We'll pay through the budget. It's part of the business, right? The takeouts is part of the business, right? It's part of the project. So you can pay with your, that's fine. You can pay with your business account for that. But all the other stuff, me and VJ can't touch that money. That money is only for the movie. The moment you mix personal and business, it's dirty. You're being dirty, obviously. You're being a bit dirty, right? But don't do that. Me and VJ have more than enough money in our account to pay our bills. Yeah. Got some center. Yeah, VJ, we don't touch the business money. This is all strictly for the movie. We have our money in our account. We want to do our personal stuff. We pay with our own personal account. We don't touch the business money. Otherwise, it's dirty. You're being dirty, obviously. Don't do that. That money is for the movie, right? The movie project. The game money is for the game. Don't touch that either. He's like, I know, Ivan. We don't want to be dirty. Yeah, VJ, we have more than our money to pay our bills. The business money we don't touch. The $3 billion towards Zanes we don't touch. The $800 million towards the Grayscape we don't touch it. That's strictly for the movie. Because we have a lot of guys to pay, and we have a lot of costs, man, for the movie. That's why we can't touch it, man. It's all strictly towards the movie. That way you're clean. You're not dirty. You're not mixing personal with business, right? Yo, Ivan, you're using it to pay for the takeouts. Yeah, but the takeouts is a part of the business. That's fine. If me and VJ pay with our business account for the takeout, that's not dirty because that's a part of the business. Like once we sign the actors and the Hollywood crewmen, we you know what I'm saying, we take them out to dinner. That's a part of the business, obviously. So we can pay with the business account for the takeouts. Custom center. After the Hollywood actors for the Grayscape, Zane signed our mega deals. We take them out to dinner and we can pay with the business account, obviously. I'll have VJ pay, right? Okay, VJ, you take the business card. With the takeout, you bring the business card with you. And you use that to pay for the takeouts. The takeouts will be costing me like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,100 per night. But you're looking at like, I don't know, 24 people eating at a table, man. That's like $1,000 with the beer and everything. That's like $1,000 in cost, $1,100 in cost, which is pocket change if you have a big budget, right? It's all pocket change, obviously. Yeah. Like, what about the alcohol for the parties? Yeah, the alcohol for the parties we can pay with the business account too, because that's part of the business, obviously. Which means I have to get members of my Hollywood 7 team to what? You have to go to the store and purchase like, I don't know, like 40 bottles, 50 bottles of liquor or something crazy. Yeah, the parties alone and the takeout will cost me a couple $100,000 a year, $350K in cost, something crazy. But it's pocket change, obviously. If you have a big $800 budget towards a Grayscape and a $3 million budget towards Zenith, obviously, right? Here's the guy, if it's pocket change, you can use the business account to pay for the alcohol for the parties and the takeouts. Yeah, as part of the business, we can use the business account for that. But everything else, VJ, we don't touch, man. We have our own money. That's for the movie. We have our own money to pay our bills, VJ, right? Or we're not dirty, obviously. Got some sound? That's what you usually live in life, man. Or king, queen, right? Yeah. Does it really get to you when you see all these like YouTubers living a life? Yeah, it does. As I explained like a while back in my recent videos. Yeah, I see John Campia, Nia Toots, Rami Burnett. They're living the life, man. I remember when Rami Burnett made a video. He bought like a nice, beautiful house in Los Angeles area. That house he bought is probably an expensive house, probably a 600, 700,000 house, expensive house. It looks expensive. Those guys are rich. They probably make their 200, 300K a year. Those guys are rich, those guys. Nia Toots is living the life, man. Yeah, Nietus is a multi-millionaire. He's a millionaire, that guy. He's rich. Yeah, man. Like, I remember watching his vlogs when he had his, like, rare Lamborghini. That's like a $600,000 Lamborghini. He has a fucking nice house. His house is even nicer than John Campia's and Rami Burnett's. He has a fucking nice house, Nietus, because he's rich in those guys. And he has his successful Theory Saver company. Yeah, TheorySavers.com company right now. He's so famous now, he actually has his own booth at the con events. He also gets interviewed on a panel with all these other YouTubers. He's living the life, and you see him taking his team out to dinner and everything. They're living the life, man. These dudes living the life, obviously. Well, I'm a poor bum collecting welfare when all these guys are all Putin small compared to me. I'm way bigger than all these guys. I'm just poor because the case not endorse me, obviously. When I'm king, I'll be living a better life than John Campia or Ron Everett and Nia Toots. I'll be living a better life than all those guys. I'll be living a better life than the Hollywood celebrities, too. All the celebrities are living the life, but they're not living the life that we are living, right? Obviously, as most Hollywood celebrities can't even afford jets. And the ones who can, they can afford like a $20 million one. Third, like Keanu Reeves, I think owns like a $30 million jet. That's a fucking nice jet, but it's not like my $350, $400 million jet, $500 million jet. It depends on how much money I make on my book, right? I make $50 million off the book. I'm gonna buy a $500 million jet. 500, 600 million jet I could buy. If I make 40, 30, I can get $450 million jet. Now if I make like 20, 25, I'll get a $350 million jet. Even my jet's unheard of. Like that's much more high end than a $30 million jet, right? These Hollywood actors are not living like that me and Vijay are living. We're living the better life than those guys. Because we have our $1 billion house. They're living the amazing life, but me and Vijay are a lot richer than all those guys, right? Because I made my billions on my Zane's book. My 25 billion off the Zane's book, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can brag all we want and make fun of Ivan being poor and everything. Ivan's much bigger than all of us. He's only poor because the gates, because the gates lock the doors, and that's why I'm poor. Otherwise, I'd be a multi-billionaire, filthy rich, living life with Vijay, obviously. Which I will when I'm king, obviously. I'm going to be living a better life than all those guys. Don't hate me, guys. I'm saying now. Yeah. So when Nietus takes his team out to dinner, think somebody like that for the takeouts. Like Ivan goes to like a nice restaurant like Boston Pizza Montana's. He eats there, and like you see the Hollywood actors are eating their amazing food. You're gonna see that in the documentary. I want you guys filming the takeouts with the actors too, guys. Right? Film a glimpse of it. They filmed the takeout too. That's why you have to tell the restaurant we're doing a documentary. Is it okay if we film? Yeah, it's fine. Like I'm making you guys a lot of money for the takeouts, a couple $100,000. Can we film? Yeah, you can film. And they film a documentary for the takeouts. See, after the actors, the Hollywood actors sign their contracts, I take them out to dinner. You usually take them out to dinner, obviously. Yeah. And after the dinner, that's when they partied up. That's why I'm spoiled with nice perks, man. Partied up my $1 million house and my yacht. Nice yacht. Nice perk, man. Yeah. They smoke cigars too. When I have the actors smoke cigars, Cuban cigars, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why Scotch is a lot of the water. Yeah, man. So it won't be long. I'll talk for 40 minutes. That's good enough, right? Ivan, what's the only flaw of Sky Source compared to Hollywood? The only flaw I would say about my company compared to Hollywood is that my movies are not going to be released at the theaters. It's direct to 4K Blu-ray. Because the theater thing is too crazy. I can't even sign with AMC and all these theater chains around the world. They will tell me, Ivan, we can't handle a billion plus people. They're gonna tell me that. So the only way for me to release my movies on theaters is if I build my own theater chain, which will cost me tens of billions. I'm not gonna waste money on money that I don't even have. Even if I make 50 billion off the book, I don't feel like paying like $25 billion for a movie chain. That's a good chunk of my money. That's a waste of money. I'm just gonna sign with Amazon. Or 4K Blu-ray, right? It's better that way. And I make way more money off 4K Blu-ray anyways in theaters. If you put money into a theater system at home, you're still gonna get an amazing experience at home. It's not the theaters, but it's still an amazing experience at home. You have your theater technology and you have the 4K Blu-ray effect, Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound. You're gonna get an amazing experience at home. My movie. And it's behind the scene fame. But behind the scene fame is even better than public eye fame, right? It's even kind of better. You get a bit more privacy in a way, right? Yeah. Like the Hollywood actors will not be on Hollywood Reporter. The news outlets are not going to talk about them being my Sky Source movies. I didn't sell the Gates. They're not going to be interviewed on Jimmy Fallon's show about my movie because I didn't sell to the Gates. But there will be people interviewing them behind the scenes, like on the streets with their phones. And for the world tour, a lot of people are going to want to interview us and interview the actors, the group interviews and everything. But it's all behind the scenes. It's not in the public eye. I didn't sell to the Gates. Everything is behind the scenes. I didn't sell to the Gates, man. That's the setup, obviously, right? That's why you guys feel left behind, is that Ivan's fame and glory with VJ is behind the scenes. He's not in the public eye. He's kept behind the scenes. I didn't sell to the Gates. Duh. Yeah. So that's the only flaw. It's straight to 4K Blu-ray, but it's still good enough, right? You're gonna get an amazing experience at home. And I make way more money off 4K Blu-ray anyways, right? He's like, yeah, Ivan, we make more profit releasing it on 4K Blu-ray than even the theater tickets. Yes, VJ. Obviously. And Amazon can easily handle a billion plus orders, no problem. The theater chains gotta handle a billion people. It's too crazy. Theater chains can peak at maybe 300 million people they can handle around the world. But a billion people they can't handle. That's too crazy. Whereas Amazon will tell me, yeah, we can easily handle a billion five orders, no problem. For your 4K Blu-ray and your merch, we can handle it. Yeah, they can handle it, obviously. That's why Amazon's a good company to partner with. Biggest distribution company in the world. But they get 10, me and VJ get 90. That's the deal. I'm on how you guys do me. You guys get your 10% of the profits. We get our 90% for the merch and for the movie. That's the deal. And you don't own the brand. Me and VJ own it. I'm not having you guys do my that, I'm sorry. Yeah. And to prevent yourself, Ivan, from getting in trouble with your taxes, the contracts say the 90% goes to Ivan and VJ. Don't say Sky Source. Say Ivan and VJ. That way, the government sees that as personal money, not business money. So if you say Sky Source, the government will see that as business money, and they'll tax you for your business, and they're gonna tax you twice, Ivan. They'll tax you for your business, and they're gonna tax you again for your personal money, and they just duped you. They took a good chunk of your VJ's money. That's why the contracts say Ivan and VJ get 90%. Don't say Sky Source. Say Ivan and VJ. That's our own personal contract. The way we protect ourselves from the Canadian IRS, right? You're smart. Yeah, I know my shit, man. I have street smarts. I know my shit. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I paid my billions in taxes. Leave me and VJ the fuck alone. Yo, Ivan pays billions in taxes. Leave him alone. Yeah, man. The Zayas movie does I don't know, 90 billion in sales. Obviously, a good like 40 billion. I paid a good like 40 billion. I make 50 billion off the brand. I pay like $40 billion in taxes. I don't want those guys coming after me and taking more of my money, man. Yo, Ivan paid his tax. 40 billion went to tax. Leave him alone. Yeah, leave me the fuck alone. And Amazon takes their 10% cut of that, obviously, right? Yeah. And a small bit of it goes to the other guys. Yeah. Take a nice hot shower to this. I enjoy with you guys right with my beer. That's why Scotch will blow all the water. Yeah, man. Blow all the water. So, right, the money you and VJ make off movie merchant game, that's not business money. It is business money in the sense that like the Skyforce company made that money, but no, like that money is me and VJ's personal money. That money goes to us. It goes to our personal bank account. So it's our personal money. The business money is the budget. Whatever money went towards paying for everything for the movie, that's the taxes for the business. But the 4K Blu-ray and the merch and the game is me and VJ's personal money. It's not our business money. Like it is our business money in the sense that the company made that money, but it's actually me and VJ's personal money. It's not business money. That's why I'm not gonna have the Canadian government do me. I don't want you guys taxing me twice, man. I paid my tens of billions in taxes. Leave me the fuck alone. Me and Amazon paid our billions in taxes. Leave us the fuck alone. Yeah, there you go. Sarah. And they will leave me alone. Yeah, I even paid more than that money in taxes. Leave him alone. That money's his. Yeah, it's me, Regis' money. Don't fucking tax me twice. Here we go. I'm sorry. Don't hit me, guys. I'm saying, yeah. Well, the Hollywood actors pay taxes. Of course they do. The Hollywood actors in Hollywood have to pay taxes too, obviously, right? They have to pay their taxes. That's how it works. Everyone has to pay their taxes. Well, for ministries, it's a bit different, obviously, but like everyone in the world, even the rich, have to pay taxes. That's how it works, right? The Hollywood actors have to pay their taxes too when they get paid their millions. They get taxed on that. They have to pay their taxes. Otherwise, you can get in trouble with the law, right? With the IRS, right? You don't want to get in trouble with the IRS. And I'm all for paying taxes. It's good to help out the economy. But if the government can get greedy and take more of your money, you have to be careful with that stuff, Ivan, right? That's why to protect me and VJ, I'm going to say in the contract, me and VJ get 90%. That way the government sees that as personal money, not business money. Because if the government sees it as business money, they're going to tax you on the business money. And then when me and VJ get our personal money, they're going to tax us again. Because by law, you have to pay business tax and personal tax. There's two taxes. If you own a business, right? You have business tax, you have your own personal tax. So you have to be careful. I even know your shit. Yes, I do. I have street smarts. I know my shit. Yeah. That's why Raw Man Burnett. There was a video Raw Man Burnett made like last year. He worked on a movie project with some guy, and the guy went after him because Raw Man Burnett, the money the guy paid him wasn't his business money. That's why he went after him, obviously. Because, yeah, obviously. Yeah, Rob, that money that I paid you was in business money, but your personal money, you owe me too. You owe me money for your personal money, obviously. That's why you gotta be careful with that stuff. Yeah, man. Never do a thing if you get paid. You have them pay you through a business account. If you do that, they can come after you, man. You can get in trouble. People can come after you. You gotta be careful with that stuff. That's why you gotta be careful, Ivan, about your contracts with Amazon, right? And Microsoft and Sony, with VJ. Sorry. Yeah. So if you make 50 billion off the Zanus brand, yeah, if I make 50 billion off the Zanus brand, me, VJ, and Amazon paid like about like 40 billion in taxes going to the government. Obviously, that's why I've not let those greedy people come after you. Like, I already paid my like 35, 40 billion in taxes. Leave me the fuck alone, man. These billions are for me, VJ. You're not taking any more of the money. This is our personal money. It's not our business money. I don't want you taxing me twice, man. Now, if you do like that, man, I'm sorry. Believe me, guys, I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. So you and Amazon, yeah, Amazon and Ivan and VG are paid their taxes because that all that money is me and VG's and Amazon. So if the brand if for the movie and the merch, the sales is like $90 billion, Ivan and VG and Amazon paid like about 40 billion in taxes. Guys from Sarah, and the game is separate, obviously. And Ivan and VG made $50 billion, but Amazon took 5 billion of that. And the money going to the other people, I and VJ made like their 42 billion after taxes, obviously. So the amount of money me and VJ make off the Zanus brand, let's say the movie and the merch does 90 billion sales, the money that we made off the brand, the other half of it went to taxes. We paid like 40, something crazy, like 38, 40 billion in taxes, went to the fucking Canadian government. Obviously, that's why I'm not gonna have those guys dupe me, man. You have to be careful with that stuff, Ivan, right? You think the government will come after you? No, they won't, because they know I was clean. I even paid his billions in taxes. Yeah, I paid my like 40 billion in taxes, whatever it is. Leave me the fuck alone, man. I paid you guys your $40 billion in taxes. There they go. Yeah, that's all I didn't read is personal money, guys. Don't be greedy people and try to find a way to get more money out of them. Like, that's business money. Nah, man, that's my personal money. I already paid my taxes. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want you guys bothering me, man. Sarah. That's what me and VJ live life, and Scott's above the water. Anyways, guys, this is where I enjoy the show. So I'm around saying out peace. Take a shot and enjoy the show with you guys. Peace out, guys. Don't hit me, guys. Peace. Sky Source.